All right, let's get our action plan together for week 4, pains, gains and jobs to be done. And I've helpfully provided you the tickets, which you can replicate and stick on your Kanban board. There's even a download if you want to grab the download PDF of the tickets with my beautiful artwork. Probably in years to come will fetch a fortune. So let's have a look at our week 4 Kanban tickets. Now you may have already done this, but of course watch the lesson 1 video to get all the theory and the explanations about what pains, gains and jobs to be done is all about. Then do the pop quiz exercise I gave you, and you'll see that video in lesson 2. So make sure you do it, and I think you will be very pleasantly surprised with the results of that. Then we need to get into our research. So here we've got 25 minutes. We need to find where are people discussing my thing. So to continue our sausage making theme, where are people discussing sausage making? And remember what I mentioned to you in lesson 1, that even though we may be looking to do bratwurst sausage making, it's not likely that there are bratwurst sausage making forums. It's more likely that there are sausage making forums, and in those forums there's sections or discussion threads on sausage making. Now, depending on your single target market, there could be, but don't be stressed if there's not. You can always go one level up, as I said in the training. Please make sure you set your timer for the 25 minutes, particularly you high fact finders. It's crucial, and for high fact finders, you're setting the 25 minutes so you don't get lost in the research. For you high quick starts like me, we're setting the 25 minutes so we commit to sit still for 25 minutes and just focus on finding these places. Make a note of all of them because they're going to come in handy when we're looking to do the research. Now, remember, there is a checklist, which I will pop down below this video, which you can just click and download. It's actually the book checklist, but it actually shows you the various searches that you can use. For example, if I was using Google, I would do bratwurst sausage making forum. And if nothing came up, I'd try sausage making forum and see what came up. Then I'd do bratwurst sausage Reddit. And I would do Amazon, and I would search for bratwurst sausage making books. And then if I couldn't find any of those, I'd go up one level and look for sausage making books, of which bratwurst is one of them. So remember to use the checklist when you are doing the 25 minutes of where people are discussing my thing. Now, here's the other question with this, right? We need to then evaluate the 25-minute session. Was it easy for you to find stuff, places where people are talking, or Facebook pages, or was it really super hard? If it was hard, you probably want to check in with me on one of our calls this week so we can talk through it a little bit and maybe workshop it a little bit. Make sure that you were always looking one step up as well. So, again, if to use another example, if you were looking for putting and you couldn't find specific putting forums, look for golf forums. Go one step up in your niche. It's quite okay. And then when you're looking in these groups, were there discussions about putting on them? They're the sorts of things. But you've got to do this to a timer. Because here's the thing, if you can't find any stuff easily in 25 minutes using the pre-suggested searches that I've given you, then maybe it's worth having a look at one of your other segments. Again, make sure you join us on that call. The next part is up to, now I haven't done 5 tickets here, just to say, but you can create 5 tickets of 25-minute research sessions finding pains, gains, and jobs to be done. So you can do up to 5. Warning, high fact finders. Warning, warning, warning. You are only allowed 5 25-minute research sessions. That's it. Then you move on. Okay? For high quick starts, you need to do 5 25-minute sessions because you're not YOLOing and already trying to run ads before I even teach you the right way to do it. Okay, so make sure that you do 5 sessions. And we're looking for pains, gains, and jobs to be done. I use 3x5 cards. I love the 3x5 cards because we're going to use them, and I have a box that I carry them in while I'm doing research in a market. And I do one pain, one gain, one job to be done per card. So we just have pain on a card, or a different card will have a gain, or a different card will have a jobs to be done. Because we're going to be sorting and using these cards later on. So they're very valuable. Each one of these panes is a potential blog post. It's a potential newsletter item. It's a potential podcast. It's a potential product feature. It could be any number of things. So that's why I use 3x5 cards for this, because they're really an asset. And I'll just say it again one more time, you high fact finders, you're only allowed 5 sessions. That's more than enough for us to move forward here. Because let's face it, we know, you can get stuck in this research phase for months, if not years. So just 5 sessions of 25. Then we're going to do 3 sorting sessions of 10 minutes, and these are worth a ticket because they're important. What you're going to do is you're going to take all your pain 3x5 cards and you're going to sort them, and you're just going to use a gut feel, just your impressions of what's the biggest pain, what's the biggest source of pain for your particular market segment, down to the littlest, or just, a minor inconvenience. And I've got here, high fact finders, chill, right? The market's eventually going to tell us what that is through testing, not through our decision making. This is even this part of the process. It's not even deciding whether you're going to have sushi for lunch. I can't even think of a less inconsequential decision. We just need somewhere to start. So set a timer for 10 minutes and just do your best to sort it. Just your gut feel sort. And at the end of the 10 minutes, however you've got it sorted, that will do. It'll be perfect. Call it Ed Ching. Instead of I Ching, it's Ed Ching. Right? It will work. It's very cool. Next, I want you to do the same process, but for gains. So look for the big gains. What's the big prize that people are looking for in that market? If there was putting, it was that they were 2 putt or less on every green during a round, or any of those sorts of things, right? And a little gain may be that they just want to be able to, sink 2 feet putts. Who knows what it is? Right, but you need to sort them and spend 10 minutes doing them and reward yourself with a ticket. Then you want to do exactly the same thing with jobs to be done, and try to get a feel. The way to sort these are not necessarily in terms of importance, but in terms of volume. Is there some things that get mentioned over and over again? People want to know what the ingredients are for bratwurst sausage. What should you put in a bratwurst sausage? And that's something that everybody's asking for. So that would go at the top of the most requested. And maybe people are asking about esoteric Japanese cooking methods for for cooking a bratwurst. And that maybe one person mentioned that somewhere. It's still worth a card, but it would be down, we'd put that under the least requested. And then our final ticket here is join me on at least one brainstorming session, please. Particularly if you are having challenges in terms of coming up with pains, gains, and jobs to be done, or you are having trouble with even finding places that are discussing your particular topic, let us know. It's a great place to do diagnosis so that you can move forward next week when we get into next week, because boy, we're going to create our Sage download and we're going to get ready to do our first test. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, with that, have a great week, and I'll speak to you next week.